Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you're gearing up for a trip to Japan, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're putting together a super practical, use-it-right-now toolkit to help you survive and honestly thrive when you're out dining and navigating. We're not just throwing random travel phrases at you here. We're actually decoding real foundational Japanese so you can hit the ground running.
The source material for this is just fascinating. We're pulling real, fundamental Japanese straight out of the official JLPT N5 vocabulary list. Now, that's the foundational level of Japanese learning. By mastering these specific counters, verbs, and phrases, you're going to transform from a confused tourist just pointing at pictures into a totally confident traveler who knows exactly how to get what they need.
To make this super easy to remember, we're going to follow a chronological journey today. 1. The arrival. 2. The navigation. 3. The interaction. And 4. The departure.
All right, let's dive right into section 1, the arrival.
Okay, picture this. You've just walked off the bustling streets of Tokyo, you're ready to get oriented, but first, well, you actually need to find the door. So here's an absolutely vital N5 word for you, iriguchi, which means entrance. Whether you're hunting for a hidden restaurant or a massive train station terminal, just ask, iriguchi wa doko desu ka? Meaning, where is the entrance? It is literally a lifesaver phrase.
Now, once you're inside, the staff is going to greet you and ask how many people are in your party. You might already know some basic Japanese numbers, but here's where you really level up. In customer service settings, like making a travel reservation or grabbing a table, we use a formal counter for people. It's the mei counter. So for one person, it's ichimei. For two, nimei. For three, sanmei. Using this polite step up instead of just basic counting, it shows immediate respect and starts your whole experience off perfectly.
Next up, let's get you seated right. If you're hoping for a view, you can ask, Mado gawa no seki wa arimasu ka? Which means, is there a window seat? And if you want a non-smoking area, you just say, Kinen seki onegai shimasu. Now, pay really close attention to how you pronounce kinen seki. You want to make sure you separate that N and E sound. So it's kin-en seki. You definitely want to avoid blurring it together into kinen seki.
Moving right along to section 2, the navigation. Okay, so you're seated, or maybe you've just walked into a quick-serve ramen shop. Now you're facing the shokin key, the meal ticket machine. And here's what trips up almost every single tourist, the order of operations. You do not press the button first. Nope, you actually have to insert your cash into the machine first, and then the buttons light up so you can pick your dish. After that, just grab your ticket and your change.
Now, if you're buying a physical ticket at a counter instead of a machine, maybe for a meal or a train ride, you'll need the counter word for flat, thin objects, which is mai. To ask for one ticket, just say, ichimai kudasai. Pair that with pointing at the item you want, and you're navigating like a total pro. Once you're actually looking at the menu, whether it's on a machine or at a table, you're going to see these 3 kanji everywhere. They dictate your portion sizes, so they're absolutely crucial. The top one, dai, means large. The middle one, chu, is medium, and the bottom one, sho, means small. Seriously, memorize these visually, and you will always confidently control exactly how much food you're ordering.
Let's jump into section 3, the interaction.
This is really the core of the whole experience, talking with the staff. So the waiter walks up to your table and says this exact phrase, "Gochumon wa kimari desu ka?" Meaning, have you decided on your order? When they drop this on you, what is your response going to be?
Well, if you are ever in doubt, here is your ultimate cheat code, your survival phrase. Just point at the menu and say, kore, onegai shimasu. Kore just means this, and onegai shimasu is a super polite way to say, please. I'm telling you, it works perfectly every single time, bridging that language gap instantly.
Now, for anyone with specific dietary needs, here is your visual cheat sheet. Vegetarian is vegetarian. Allergy is allergy. But the incredibly useful, absolutely must-know word here is nuki, which simply means without. If you want a dish without pork, you say butaniku nuki. Without egg, tamago nuki. It's this beautiful, simple, plug-and-play formula that gives you complete control over your meal. But wait, what if you've made your order and the waiter replies with a long, rapid-fire sentence? This is a super common traveler anxiety, right? You're trying your best, but the Japanese is just coming at you way too quickly. What do you actually do?
Well, here is your polite N5 solution for controlling the pace of the whole conversation. You just simply say, yukkuri hanashite kudasai, which means please speak slowly. Or you can go slightly more casual with yukkuri ii desu ka?
It shows you're really trying to understand, and the staff will almost always happily slow down and simplify things for you.
And finally, Section 4, the departure.
You've just had a fantastic meal, but now it's time to settle the bill. And this brilliantly illustrates a really common trap for tourists. You might hear locals at a noisy, familiar pub yelling, "Oiso," to get the check. But I really have to warn you against using this overly casual phrase. Oiso literally means a token of affection, and it's strictly meant for regulars who know the staff really well. Instead, I strongly recommend you stick to the polite phrase, "Okaike wanagai shimasu." It just means, please check out the bill, and it's perfectly polite for literally any dining situation.
Now, if you're traveling with friends, you're definitely going to want to know how to split the check. You ask, "Betsu betsu ni dekimasu ka?" meaning, can we pay separately? But here's a quick cultural caveat. While you can certainly ask this, just be aware that many bustling izakayas and smaller restaurants actually require a single payment just to keep the line moving. So it's always a good idea to have some cash ready to sort it out among yourselves if they say no. Okay, before you walk out that door, let's review some absolute must-know cultural safety guidelines so you can avoid any awkward situations. First up, absolutely no tipping. It is just not customary in Japan, and honestly, it'll usually just confuse the staff. Second, do not leave money on the table. In most places, the bill is brought to your table on a small tray, and you actually carry it to the register at the front to pay. And finally, never ever stick your chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice. That resembles a funeral ritual in Japan and is a major cultural faux pas.
As you gather your things and head out, here is the traditional, polite way to express your appreciation for the food. Gochisousama deshita. It translates to thank you for the meal. When you pronounce it, make sure you hit that specific ch sound, kind of like the ch in cheese. Offering a polite gochisousama deshita as you leave is pretty much guaranteed to be met with warm smiles.
By breaking down these fundamental JLPT N5 words and putting them into a logical step-by-step framework, you've really unlocked a completely different way to experience Japan. You aren't just pointing and guessing anymore, you are actually communicating. So my question to you is, are you ready to take these phrases out into the real world and experience Japan as a truly confident traveler? I really hope this explainer gave you exactly what you need. Safe travels out there and happy eating!